A bombshell on Wednesday. We find out from NHL insider Frank Saravalli, according to his tweet, according to his reporting on the Wild and their status with Kirill Kaprizov. Sources say Minnesota Wild superstar Kirill Kaprizov's camp turned down an extension offer believed to be 8 years, $128 million in a meeting on Tuesday in Minnesota that would have made him the highest paid player in NHL history in both annual average value, $16 million, and total dollars. That was a lot to take in. That we spent a lot of Wednesday thinking about that, what that means, what that could possibly mean, where this leaves the Wild and Kirill Kaprizov. Given almost 24 hours now, maybe some cooler heads can prevail. But we got to dissect this thing because this is a big story. We've been talking about Kaprizov and the Wild for a long time. He's entering the last year of a 5-year, $45 million contract, extension eligible. This is the time to get it done, you would think. If they're offering him 8 years, $128 million. Again, that's what's being reported. 8 years, $128 million, $16 million a year. That's $2 million more per year than Leon Draisaitl's getting from the Oilers. That's more than the largest contract in terms of total dollars in NHL history. Like, it is the biggest contract in NHL history, if this reporting is accurate, and he has reportedly turned it down. So, where do we stand right now with the Wild and Kirill Kaprizov? Well, if this is not an accurate report or not an accurate reflection of where things are, maybe we need to chill a little bit. I don't know. Maybe we need to chill just a little bit. That is what Wild GM Bill Guerin certainly would like us to do. He would like us to believe that this is just part of business, that they still have good relationship with Kirill Kaprizov, that this is still going to get to the finish line. And in fact, he was on the 10,000 Takes podcast Wednesday, long podcast. In the midst of it, they absolutely correctly asked him about this report that had come out. He didn't hide from it. He didn't run away from it. Here is a clip used with permission from 10,000 Takes of that interview.
News may or may not have dropped today around a certain.
Yeah, and we can cut to the chase and look at. I don't know where this stuff comes from. Like, I know two things. That info didn't come from us, and it didn't come from Kirill's agent. I don't know where it came from. Kirill and the organization, his agent and I, we have a very good relationship. You know, we're not going to let things like this get in the way. I still think we're in a really positive place with Kirill. And like I said, part of my role is to protect him. So we're going to let this go and we just move on.
Okay, so let's just say for the sake of argument that this is all good. I'm confused a little bit. If it didn't come from the Wild, if it didn't come from the agent, who did it come from? Who is leaking this information? I don't know who is leaking this information. I don't know which side benefits from leaking this information. I don't know what third party wants this information out there, but it seems weird to me that to assert that it wouldn't have come from the agent, it wouldn't come from Bill Guerin. Who else would have known? Who else would have known that this was the term and that Kaprizov turned it down? Unless it's, I'm not doubting the reporting. I'm just saying it's strange to me how this plays out. But that is Bill Guerin's spot right now. Still going. They think this is just part of the negotiation. They're trying to protect Kirill Kaprizov. They love Kirill Kaprizov. He is the franchise. Let's be honest. Let's lay that right out now. He is the franchise. This falls apart. This is a recalibration. We'll get to that in a minute, but this is a recalibration of everything that they're trying to do if this, in fact, is not going as smoothly as we might have been led to believe. Now, Kaprizov was asked back in May, hey, off season's coming up. It's a big off season. What do you think about your future here in Minnesota? And, his English isn't perfect, but it's not, completely limited. He did answer the question. Let's listen to this video. Watch this video as well as we consider that piece of all of this.
What are your thoughts going into July 1? I mean, have you made your decision? Like, if they offer me a really good contract, I'm staying, or like, what are your thoughts going on?
This is my agent job, talk with Billy, but we will see. I love everything here, but should be all good. I don't know what you say. I just
you want it done before the season. Like you want to try to do it this summer, so you don't have
probably.
to worry about
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
Okay, so we get to July 1st when he can sign. Doesn't sign. Doesn't happen right away. And we're like, okay, why isn't it happening right away? Well, they got time. We got time to figure this out. Okay, I get it. Yeah, you've got time to figure this out, but tick, 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 keeps going. Tick, tick, tick. Now it's middle of September. Season isn't that far away. They're doing, captain's practices on the ice right now. He was on the ice when they were meeting, apparently, with the agent the other day on Tuesday. So where does that leave us? If things were great, if they had figured all of this out, he could have just signed July 1st, got it done. Then we don't have to worry about any of this. We know that he loves it here at that point. We know that he's committed to being here. We know that he wants to take this team to another level, and this team believes they can get to another level. Now, if the average value is a problem, if $16 million a year is the problem, if he thinks he can get to free agency a year from now and get more than that, that's a problem for the Wild, because then if you're up in that number to get this thing to the finish line, you are complicating your future cap. You are complicating where you are for the next 8 years if you're having to add $1-2 million more, even to this richest contract ever, because then you're restricting your ability to sign other players. You just got out of cap hell. You've been in cap hell for 3-4 years because of the Suter and Parise buyouts. Do you want to go right back there? Even $16 million a year for a wing who obviously, great player, one of the top players in the NHL, a franchise player. You got to pay those players, but that starts to stretch your cap. If the term is the problem and he wants a shorter term contract, I think they can work with that, because then, say it's 4 or 5 years at around $16 million a year, but maybe a little bit more. Let's say 17. Like then you're not pushing that so deep into the future when he's going to get into his mid to late 30s. Then you're getting prime Kaprizov. He's getting a chance to maybe get one more big contract of big money down the road. If it's the term, if it's the length of contract, then I think they can get somewhere where everybody's happy. But I don't know if that's the case. We don't know what is going on here exactly. Now, if it's just that he doesn't want to sign, he doesn't want to be here, he doesn't believe in the future of this franchise, that has not won a playoff series since he's been here, even though he's been their best player in franchise history, then we got a real problem. Then we got a recalibration completely of the direction of this franchise, because everything to this point, yes, they've got a lot of other good players, Matt Boldy, they've got a lot of other good young core pieces that can help, but you are building around a franchise superstar. Kirill Kaprizov is your franchise superstar. You need him for all of the other things to make sense. But if this isn't working, though, you got to think about trading him. You've got to think about trading him before he walks for nothing. You remember Marian Gaborik? They couldn't come to agreement the year before he was a free agent. Ends up getting hurt. Ends up leaving for nothing. Basically, the franchise never really recovered from that, at least in the term from where he left until they kind of 4 or 5 years from there. So we're not there yet. But man, you don't want this to drag into the season. You don't want to be thinking about this. You don't want to be like, okay, how is this all going to play out? So very concerning for the Wild, very concerning for Wild fans. How concerning? I don't think we quite know that yet. I think we have to see still how this plays out. But man, we're talking about this this isn't July. This isn't summer anymore. This is September. This is mid-September. School's back. Hockey's starting up soon. Like, you got to get this figured out. We got to get this squared away. We got to figure out where exactly things stand in a hurry. And the Wild need answers more than anything, and so do the Wild fans.